In this essay, we'll be discussing what different audiences and producers can be involved when creating a film. Also given examples to support our ideas, we will be talking about conditions of reception, relationships between audience and films, how the producer considered the target audience during production, the publicity and marketing strategy for the film. These subheadings do have headings to them as well. This will be a very detailed description of comparisons and differences.
Girls are the biggest target audience for romantic audiences. They can relate to everything that happens in the films. Our genre is active to the audience because they can relate to the experiences the characters go through. Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging is a great example of teenage romantic comedy that all teenage girls can relate to. Romantic comedies give the girls pleasure and enjoyment when they watch this genre because every girl wishes for the perfect guy, and because these films always end in the girl getting the perfect guy. It makes them feel happy and wish they could have a life like that. Girls always enjoy watching them because of the good-looking male lead. They become attracted to him when watching the movie. These movies are always seen as funny before they get romantic. It usually shows the girl being embarrassed or clumsy in front of the guy, which she wished she could have. When the girl gets the guy, it gives the audience a sense of escapism from the real world.
Some genres are interpreted many different ways. However, in romantic comedies, it seems to be one way the film will end. The girl gets the guy and it ends happily ever after, with some funny mishaps along the way. It doesn't bother the audience that the film always ends this way because it's what they want to see and what they want in their own lives.
The romantic comedy genre uses the same actors in their movies because you know that's what the audience like to see. If you are interested in this sort of genre, then you don't really have to be very media literate. The storyline and the characters aren't very skilled. As this is an English movie, the audience were surprised when watching this movie because it wasn't advanced as American ones are.
Romantic comedies tend to only borrow from their own genre. They sometimes take a similar storyline and make it their own, but usually there is no intertextual references from other genres. The preferred reading of the romantic comedy genre would be girls. They engage with the storyline and enjoy the film throughout. Boys would not enjoy this genre as much because they do not see themselves as the perfect, good-looking guy that the man is portrayed as in the films, whereas girls can relate to the average girl the main girl stars at.
Romantic comedies do not tend to use visual effects, however the quality and style of the film has improved and changed dramatically. The only romantic film I have seen that has visual effects is 21 Jump Street, a film that uses effects to create a funnier effect on its audience. In this movie, it uses magnanimous feelings because Lindsay is a rival for Georgia because she wants her boyfriend. In the end of this movie, when Georgia finally gets Robbie, she starts to become nicer to her because she's less fortunate than Georgia. Throughout this film, Lindsay and Georgia are rivals and both play tricks on each other to prove to Robbie which girl is better and who he should be with. In the middle of this movie, they both went against their morals. Robbie kisses Georgia when he's in a relationship and leads her on, and Georgia goes against her best friend just for a guy. Robbie becomes hypocritical throughout this movie as he became argumentative with Georgia because she lied to him when he done it too. He was having a go at her for something he did as well, which is morally wrong. As Georgia had to fight to get Robbie, when she does get him, she's not horrible to Lindsay. She becomes altruistic towards her as she feels sorry for her because she doesn't have anything else.
In the beginning of the film, Georgia builds up an act of pretense, pretending to be someone she isn't to impress Robbie and her friends. It goes against her when she realises Robbie actually likes the real her. The only type of fandom that can be seen in the romantic comedy genre is fans that enjoy writing love stories or spin-off fan fiction that have been created from a film the fan enjoys or have seen and loved. There may be certain films in the genre that fans will enjoy discussing. This film was popular with British females because of the huge sense of hegemony. The strong British influence attracted the audience more because they are used to watching American romantic comedies. Fans of the romantic comedies interact with this genre by creating their own fan fiction stories. Some fans will create forums where they can discuss their favourite parts of the film, what they didn't like and who is their favourite character. It is mainly girls that enjoy interacting with the fan base because they enjoy talking about the hot guys, the nice clothes and the nice clothes that the girls wear, etc.
Aaron Johnson has a Twitter account to advertise his work and new movies which are coming out. Doing this means everyone which follows him on Twitter would know about his upcoming movies. A lot of famous people use this method to advertise new upcoming movies or TV series. The same with Facebook, you can use this to connect with people and again to promote your work to other countries. To make an international movie, YouTube is a great way to promote your work through visual promoting interviews and pre-production work which can be done on any of these sites and be looked at by a large audience. The character played in this movie by Georgia is called Georgia Grome. Didn't really have a lot of film experience before Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. She only really played short parts in films. For example, she played a main role in this film, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. She has also starred in a television series called A Fish Out of Water, Dangerville, Serious Amazon, Loose Women, The Bill and Lewis. She also appeared on radio on channel BBC for 3 times. Other films Georgia has starred in were London to Brighton, My Mother, The Cottage, The Disappeared, Leaving Era, Silent Things, The True Meaning of Love, 6 Degrees, The Holding of the Great and The Holding of the Great Rescue. Some of these examples she has just had a small role in, or it's been a feature film. The 2 leading roles from this movie was Georgia and Robbie, which is Aaron Johnson. Neither of these celebrities have public Twitter accounts. Georgia doesn't have a fan Facebook or even an account on Facebook. Aaron's fan has created many Facebook accounts and groups to advertise his work through social media.
Fans engage with the films of this genre before they come out by sharing trailers, teaser clips and pictures via social media sites such as Tumblr. Tumblr is the most popular way of sharing new information that keeps the fans engaged. YouTube will have fan-made trailers that are shared by other fans to create excitement and anticipation in the wait for the film to come out. When a film has come out, the fans that liked it may review it on review sites or forums, rewatch the film, or sometimes they may even create their own style of the story on fanfiction.
It's advertised itself by having movies on YouTube, telling the audience that the film is on its way. They have also created Twitter accounts separately and as a group to tell the audience about the upcoming movie and information about it.
This film received a total of 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, a popular film review website that is always reluctant to give a positive review if it is not 100% deserved. The director is not aiming for critical acclaim as long as they get their approval from their target audience, teenage girls. Most reviews are positive like this one, a smart, funny Bridget Jones diary for juniors that you don't have to be a teenager or a female to enjoy. When promoting a worldwide film, it is crucial that the main stars promote their upcoming films by making appearances on chat shows. The cast of ATAPs made an appearance on The Jonathan Ross Show, one of the most popular chat show hosts in the UK. Film producers really aspire to get their main stars on shows like this because they know that more than half the population in the US and the UK tune into this show every week. It is a really good way of promoting the film and themselves as actors.
Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging doesn't really have many synergy-based items. This film wasn't very popular enough to have items based on the film. They do have a CD for all the tracks which were made from the film and 6 books. The film was based on the first 2 books, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, and the other book titled It's Okay, I'm Wearing Really Big Knickers. They have also created a DVD for this movie.
ATAPs had a successful premiere that was organised in London. It did not have any other premieres across the UK or the US because it's of its extreme British theme throughout the film. Despite not having a US premiere, it gained a lot of popularity that was based in America. Comedies are not usually successful in award ceremonies such as the Oscars, as they focus on dramas with serious storylines. Comedies are more related to the MTV Awards, as comedians like Adam Sandler, who is a main character in Grown Ups, have been noticed in the MTVs for over a decade. The producers are focused on the online presence of this film by promoting it with new teasers weekly to build up the audience's excitement of the film. Bringing out teasers each week to get the audience talking about the film so they get an idea of what the film is going to be about and a little taste of the storyline.
This movie promotes itself through a lot of web pages such as Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube and Google. Having this many social media sites promotes at the right audiences because teenagers use social media sites the most. So promoting the work on them will only aim at the right target audience.
The advertising team promoted the film throughout social networks such as Facebook, Twitter and Tumblr. They advertised it through social media so the audience could give their opinions and thoughts on the film through commenting. Some websites have said the target audience for this would be females around the age of 14, the same as the character Georgia in the movie. The article said around this age because you are more likely to connect with the movie and know how Georgia is feeling, because you would have gone through the same thing at this age. Using this main character appeals to the audience of this audience in an effective way.
They created a DVD for this movie and made social networking pages to promote the film more into the right target audience. They also promoted this movie through magazines like Now. This is a good example of promoting. They have also promoted this through chat shows. They have done this again to promote a teenage audience, and creating chat shows would do this.
Being created by a small, low-budget British film company, ATAPS was distributed throughout the UK at major cinemas such as Odeon, View and Cineworld. It gained a lot of profit despite the lack of showings at cinemas. Cinemas changed the way we see and enjoy films. Being around a room of people whilst watching a new film for the first time makes the audience engage in a social experience. When the audience laughs, they will share the excitement together and it becomes a social event rather than watching the DVD alone. However, watching the film on DVD or Blu-ray can be just as exciting if the audience enjoys watching behind the scenes, how the film was made or outtakes. The DVD experience could be a lot more enjoyable than watching the film at the cinema. I believe having online access to a film is not enjoyable at all as the quality is low and sometimes they've been recorded by an audience member in the cinema, then uploaded to the website.
When this movie was distributed through the cinema, it found a lot of ways to advertise the movie. Releasing this in cinema made the film become a lot more popular because it was the only method which the audience could view the movie from. This movie was released on DVD but not on Blu-ray. This made the film have a larger audience because the people who liked the movie then went to buy the movie on DVD. This film was not popular enough to reproduce as a Blu-ray format.
To conclude, in our opinion, we would consider ourselves a huge fan of romantic comedies because we enjoy the happy ever after storyline that evokes the viewer's emotions. We believe we enjoy this genre the most as we are female. Females are the target audience for this genre because they relate to the female character and their struggles.